Well, I had not put this one on my list because it's a song I've just been working on, and my dad's here, and I thought maybe I should sing it since it's about my dad. Would you like to hear that? Yeah! All right, now, I'm not exactly sure how this song goes because I'm not completely finished with it because he's 92 years old. And so you have that much information about somebody and you start trying to put that in a 3-minute song, it's going to end up being a long song. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing a little phrase here and there, and then I'm going to stop and tell you 2 little stories about my dad, and that'll be it. But thank you. Gosh, this is great. If I can just remember any of this, it'll be good. And now, you've not heard this, have you, Dad? He didn't even hear that. See, two hearing aids. You know. When I told Dallas my dad was coming, I said we're going to sit him down front, and I promise he'll be good. She says, "No, he needs to misbehave just a little bit so we know you're his." That's my dad, best friend I've ever had. Through my good, through my bad, I could count on Dad. Now, he was born in poverty. It was Grimes County, 1917. Times were tough. Life was mean for my dad. Now, when the talkies became the rage, he got a job as a projectionist down at the Purple Sage. He said he saw Tex Ritter get really drunk and ride his horse out on stage. And that kind of impressed my dad. A veteran of the Second World War. 5 long years on a foreign shore. He came back, he was not a boy no more. He married Mom and then became my dad. And he just told me recently that I was born in Beaumont, and you know it was 1947 and they didn't have air conditioning in the hospital. And so they wouldn't let him stay in the room with Mama, and I was a breech baby. I've been a problem my whole life. And so I was a breech baby, and so they had the windows open in the 6th floor where she was, and he was trying to sleep in the car, and all they could hear was Mama like screaming, you know, trying to have him. Finally she did it. She birthed me, and everything was good. And then they wanted to leave a couple days later. He went down to kind of take care of the bill, and they said, "Well, we need $750." And he said, "Well, I don't have $750." And so he made a decision. He went and hocked his 1941 Dodge convertible. And yeah, it got me out of the hospital. And he told me recently, there's only been really just a couple of times where he's regretted hocking that car. That's my pop. No shades of gray and no flip-flop. Some things are right and some are not with my pop. America, red, white, and blue. Patriot through and through, and hey, he loves Jesus too, and Jesus loves my dad. The other little story I'm going to tell you is one time standing on the back porch, me and him, and I don't know how old I was, but I wasn't very old, and we had this dachshund. You know, dachshunds are kind of long dogs. We had a dachshund named Shorty. And that sort of lets you know about my sense of humor. And then, so he was laying there in the sun. It was August. It was Texas. It was 107 degrees. And the dog was laying on his back with his feet all opened up and everything, you know, right there. And he was baking in the sun. His head was thrown back. His lip was going like this. And like his back legs were doing this because he was chasing a rabbit in a dream or something. And like he was just gone. And my dad's looking at him. And he puts his arm around and pulls me over close. He says, "Son, if you ever have the chance to lead a dog's life, I suggest you do it." Khaki pants, tennis shoes, taps his foot when he hears the blues, works every crossword, reads the news. That's my dad. That's my dad, best friend I ever had. Through the good and through the bad, I could count on Dad. That's my dad. I love you, Dad. I love you all too. Thank you very much.